sampah sembarangan. Udah tahu sampah biang masalah, buang sampah pada tempatnya lah.
Iya ya, kalau bukan kita siapa lagi? Ayo kita buat Jakarta jadi bersih.
Bagi Pak dari Jakpro, Wakil Publikasi. Basuki, first of all, I would like to thank you for receiving us. It's an honor to meet you all, and we look forward to present the Norwegian company Aqua. Ibu Presidia and I are from the commercial section of the Royal Norwegian Embassy. Our mission is to assist Norwegian enterprises in doing business and doing investments here in Indonesia. So we opened this commercial section last year as a clear sign that Indonesia is an important emerging economy. And there are big opportunities for Norwegian companies to do business and investment here in Indonesia. So it's our mission to update and inform the Norwegian industries about the opportunities, and we also assist in connecting the Norwegian companies with Indonesian businessmen and also governmental representatives. So today the topic is flood protection, and the company is called Aqua. So they would like to present their flooding protection system. We have been in contact with the Ministry of Public Works on the national level also, and we are also, of course, interested to update you on what is the purpose and benefits of this system. What we request, and which also Mr. Marcel will explain later, is to have a demo, because we have got some elements shipped from overseas to Jakarta, and we would like to display the benefits of the system in the demo. So the purpose is to find a time and location that suits you well, maybe also in cooperation with the Ministry of Public Works, so that we can display the benefits of this system. So if you don't have in mind, I will give the word to Marcel.
Mr. Vice Governor, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting us come here. I'm from Aqua, a Norwegian company in flood protection. I'm based in Bangkok, where we also have a lot of flooding. I will show a short video about our company and our product, and then I'll have around a 10-minute presentation showing some examples of what we do worldwide.
These are not statements nobody expected here during the flood, but they are how Aquafen's clients describe their experiences with use of the product.
Meanwhile, Sanford Health is getting ready for the flood with the use of a new flood protection system. Crews are installing a flood protection wall called the Aqua Fence at Sanford Health's Reproductive Medicine Institute. We are very sure that all the contents within the department are going to be safe. Fargo, Cass County Electric, and Sanford Health have purchased 3,600 feet of Aqua Fence. Once the floodwaters recede, the wall can be taken down and stored for later use.
Aquafence is made from plywood, aluminum, stainless steel, and canvas. Units use water as a stabilizer, so as water rises against the wall, the system becomes stronger and less permeable. When you are called upon to protect assets and lives, it is critical that you feel confident in the flood protection system you choose. You require a system that is effective and proven, and that instills in you peace of mind. system. Aqua fence is the optimal alternative to sandbags and levees. It is mobile, reusable, and certified. Outperforms competitors regarding water seepage. Deploys 1,000 times faster than sandbags. Is a cost-effective investment with a long life cycle and high reliability. Ensures minimal disturbance to community. Is green. It does not absorb toxic waste, has no environmental impact on the deployment site, and reduces CO2 emissions. Provides flexibility and is available in various heights. Is easily disassembled and stacked and stored in a warehouse. Can help keep insurance premiums low. Aqua fence is designed and produced in Norway and serves flood-threatened communities throughout the world. Founded in 1999, Aqua fence now has international local representatives who are available to discuss your needs with you. For more information or to find your local representative, please visit www.aquafence.com. Aquafence, providing peace of mind through revolutionary flood protection.
First of all, Indonesia is one of the most strongest effective countries for flooding, we know that. But surprisingly, there are many people in the rest of the world which believe flooding happens one time and then it doesn't happen again. And we try to tell people flooding is not a one-time event. It happens again and again. And if you don't protect yourself, disasters will happen again. By the way, I will be able to give a soft copy of the presentation and the video to you. The latest news, the super typhoon in Haiyan, you know, it's so predominant at the moment. I just saw in the Jakarta Globe an article about the flooding, be prepared for floods. So it is a very important subject, we believe. Our company, Aqua Fence, we've been developing and designing and selling systems since around 14 years. We mainly supply to USA and Europe, and we started since last year supplying to Asia, based in Thailand. We are the only system where, as the water rises, our wall becomes stronger, and I will later explain why this is the case. We also believe that flood protection needs to be certified by independent people to make sure that it's safe. We have certified our system by the US Army Corps of Engineers, by a German technical university, and by one of the largest commercial insurers called FM Global in the world. In fact, just last week we've received a approval from one of the largest insurance companies saying that our product is recommended for their clients. Here you see different pictures of our products in use in Europe, in Norway, England, Hungary. In Thailand we are protecting factories. In the USA we're mainly protecting cities and small towns near rivers. So what is Aqua Fence? Aqua Fence is basically a mobile wall. This is what it looks like. This is a 1-4 model. It is a mobile wall whereby you transport it open, closed here, and then you just open it up like this here. It takes around 2 minutes to open up. And what you do is you take individual modules and you can create a barrier, so it's very flexible. We have different heights up to 2.1 meters. Basically, there's no maintenance needed. This product lasts around 10 to 15 years. It's very fast deployable. You don't need any fill material like sand for sandbags or any water. And most important, you do not need any ground preparation. You don't need to drill anything into the ground. You just put it onto the ground.
But the ground has on the flat condition.
Correct. It needs kind of like a flat, firm condition. So it could be asphalt, could be concrete, it could be compacted soil, anything which is firm. The reason why it needs to be firm is underneath here, there's a water seal to prevent water from coming underneath. And as the water rises, it presses down onto the seal to prevent water from going through. So actually, when you see the system, the water comes from this way and not from this side. I'll explain in a moment how this works. So how does Aquafence work? How can it protect against these strong forces of water? It uses a very simple engineering principle. As the waters come here and rises, the downforce of the water pushes down on this bottom plate. And because the downforce of water is so great that you need only 10 centimeters of water to make this bottom plate very, very stable. And because of these connecting elements, these aluminium, these wires here and these aluminium struts, what it does is it holds back the side plate. So as the water comes, this holds in place, and through this here it holds the side wall. Similar like a sail. In a sailing boat, you pull the sail and it prevents against the water. This is how Aquafence works, a very simple principle. And that's why as the water rises, the more it presses down, the more stable is the system.
So install in this year, not the opposite.
Yeah, so as you can see here, the water comes from the left side.
Yeah.
Okay. We have different type of applications. So one, we can create what we call a water barrier. So basically, let's say you want to protect this property here, and then you make a barrier around the property. Or for example, here, this is a hospital, and here they make a barrier. That is the most typical application to stop water from entering a property or an area. The second application is you can actually deflect water. So here we have a river in the UK, and they have to do some construction work, so they're using our product to deflect the water. Here you also see this is a river, and we use it to protect the riverbanks. What this means is with this product you can actually create a ad hoc drainage canal to drain large amounts of water basically on a road. So you have a road, you can put 2 Aquafence left and right, and you have an ad hoc drainage canal. The third application is preventing, typically in Europe, where in USA, where in spring when the snow water or when the snow melts, the river rises, and so there's a lot of flooding from riverbanks. So here you protect riverbanks. This is also a very typical application. And the last is thank you. And the last is actually protecting important roads from flooding. So these are important highways, and here the police protect roads from flooding from the left side. So these are 4 typical applications that our product is used. Now, the good thing about our product is it's very flexible. So the same product can be used to protect a building, protect a city area, create a drainage canal, or protect roads, because it's a very modular and flexible product. Because of this flexibility, we are quite successful, and we've gained a lot of attention, and especially the speed of assembly. Here we have a housing compound where we protect here with a wall, and this wall was around 300 meters, was installed in less than 3 hours by 10 people. So it's very quick to assemble the product. Who are typical customers? City town councils, local authorities, federal, state rescue operations, infrastructure like roads, highways, train tracks, utilities, power stations, waterworks, important public buildings, hospitals, airport, even churches, historic sites, and of course private factories and private buildings and condominiums. We have projects all over the world, from Australia, Europe, USA, and now Asia. And as you can see here, many of our projects are cities in the US, or utilities, hospitals, electric power stations. An example of the speed. In the past, the city used to use 2,000 volunteers to make a sandbag wall, and afterwards it takes 16 people only for 4 hours. At the moment, we are doing a lot of work in New York. New York was lastly affected by the major sandstorm, Typhoon Sandy, and so now we are doing a lot of protection work in the city of New York. We sell to 2 sectors. One is the private sector, where we protect factories and buildings. And the main reason for factory owners is that if your factory gets flooded, It may take many months until your factory is up and running again. You lose revenue, you lose people, you lose market share. So for big factories, it's quite important to protect against flooding. One of our largest customers in Thailand is Nestle, where they protect 4 of their factories with aqua fence. Many people ask, flood protection is expensive, is it worthwhile? It's a similar question if you ask yourself, fire protection or life insurance. If you don't need it, it's expensive. You need it only once and then it's cheap. In Thailand, the 2011 floods, you see here 5 different sectors, industrial sectors. These were the economic losses in each of these sectors. And this would have been the cost for flood protection. So actually, we're talking about an average of around 8 to 10% of the potential damages which would have gone into flood protection. So if you need it only once, it's very cheap. And if you can use it multiple times, it even lowers the cost of ownership. Now last, I'd like to come to application for governments. And for government and public offices, what are typical risks? Obviously, there's a huge potential loss of lives. It's a worldwide image loss because pictures get transported through media, internet very fast. Loss of trust from population, investors, tourists, loss of GDP, damage to public facilities, buildings, assets, and of course public inconvenience. What are potential solutions that we do in the rest of the world? What we do is what we call a flood readiness program, whereby cities or governments say, this is an area in our city which needs to be protected, and we're going to create here a wall around the city. And once you know in advance which areas you want to protect, you can set up the wall, and within one day, basically that area is protected. Or for example, you know there's a very important highway, and we set up a wall here to protect the highway. Most important in flood protection is in advance you should know which are the areas you need to protect, and then you can prepare. Because you can never predict where the water is coming. And here, this is my last slide. Basically, we are here to offer our experience and our services to the government of Indonesia. We can help, we are typically in the water, we help setting up installations during the actual flooding time, so we are not just sitting in an office. We do a number of things. We do, besides equipment sales, equipment rental, leasing, financing, we also do deployment services whereby we can even keep the equipment, and then you tell us, for example, which areas you need to protect. We come up with a plan, and then we do everything for you. We deploy the equipment, and then when the flood threat is over, we take it back. And then we charge, instead of buying the equipment, we charge, let's say, an annual service fee. So we have many different options to help our customers and governments throughout the world. This was my short presentation. I wanted to give you a quick overview about our product. I'm not sure if you again.
Connection antara panel ini
How
to connect
yes.
every panel.
Yes. You see now 4 elements, and basically you open it up like this here. And then you just put up these aluminium struts. And then what you see here, let me just stop the video. What you see here, blue, is what we call a canvas. So this is what is here in white. It's a marine grade canvas. And what you do is you connect the canvas from one element onto the other side of the other element. So on each element, on one side you have the canvas, and on the other side you have here a clamp. So basically this one goes underneath the clamp and you tighten it. That's all. You do not need any tools, and this can be done by unskilled labor. You don't need to train your people. It's basically just lifting and connecting.
This canvas is water resistant.
Yes, it's
not a geomembrane.
No, it is a what we call a marine grade canvas, similar like what you use in sailing ships. A very, very durable material which is waterproof and cannot break. So here you can see a video how it's
And this membrane is replaceable.
all the items are replaceable, yes, but we have never encountered where you have to replace a material unless it's physical damage. Let's say something not assembled.
For this, how many meters?
The highest we have is 2.1 meter.
2.1.
Yes.
And right?
Because it's a modular system, basically you attach as many modules as you want to make a wall. So for example, if you need 100 meters, maybe you need 80 elements. If you need 20 meters, you need less elements.
Usually this protection from the temporary protection or
Yes.
the permanent?
No. So basically, the advantage of this is temporary. That means
Temporary.
if you know the flood is coming, maybe a few days later, before that, you bring the elements, you open it up, and then you protect it. And the moment the flood threat is gone, you can take it away. Typically, this can be assembled within half a day or 1 day, and removed within 1 day. That means when there's no flood threat, you have no permanent structure to obstruct your view or obstruct your facility or your area. It's a pure temporary solution and mobile solution.
This can be used again after.
Yes, this has a lifetime of 10-15 years at least. So we have systems since 1999 in operation because there's no moving parts, there's no maintenance needed on this. Basically, when you use it, you just need to clean it off, dry it, and you can store it.
What do you mean could use until 80 times?
Which means that what we have done is, you see this element is, you deliver the element closed and you open it up. And what we've done is we've asked the university to check how many times can you open and close until there's some wear and tear. And they've tested setting up the system, putting it back together for 80 times without any damage.
But after that we could recondition again.
Absolutely, absolutely. All the parts here can be reconditioned because these are all simple parts. There's no complicated moving parts. The design of the system looks very simple. It is a simple design. What makes the system very good is the materials we use. We use highest grade materials. The wood that we use there's only 3 suppliers in the world which can provide this type of wood. And we use very high grade materials because forces of water is very strong. In our system we have a safety factor of 4 to 5x because we don't want any risk that the system can collapse.
And also very light.
It's fairly light, it's mobile, so you can carry it. You need maybe 2 people or 3 people to carry one system.
How many kilo?
Between 80 and 110 kilos, depending on height. So typically we recommend teams of, let's say, 2 to 3 people to carry elements. We have some very strong people in Europe, one person.
Kalau dari dam atau jempol, ya, ini langsung.
Atau kampung pulau? Kampung pulau, kalau kata lambat naik, kampung pulau
panjang.
Kelemahannya yang Bapak sebut tadi, bawahnya mesti flat itu.
Iya. Kalau kita pulau,
Kalau kita kan irregular gitu. Banyak lumpur,
kita
banyak
mau
apa.
siapin flatnya itu bocor gitu.
Iya.
Sama itu juga memang paksa kita yang dari Madura dan jadi kita colong itu Pak sulit.
So the weakness of the system is we have to have a flat.
Yes, we need a
concrete, a firm, like
correct.
concrete.
Basically, around the front area, you need a firm surface, typically a road or concrete, or it can be soil but compacted. It cannot be grass, like very soft, because the water will push down on it.
That's when flooding, it takes time to prepare that element.
And that's why what we typically recommend people and customers is that, in advance you should know what you want to protect. For example, let me just give an example. Let's say you want to protect this building here. So in advance you know, okay, I'm going to have my line over here, and then once when there's flooding comes, you know exactly where to put it. Because quite often when the water comes, does it come from left or right? You do not know where it comes, so you cannot predict where the water is coming from. So you have to understand which are the buildings or the areas or the roads that I want to protect in advance.
In Indonesia maybe different river in Europe is clear rivers. In Indonesia many rubbish, many trees or
How about the situation in Thailand?
Yes.
Do you have a video?
No, we do not have any videos. Basically, we went into Thailand during the flooding. So they called us, we were not before in Thailand, and during the flooding in 2011, they called our company and
And this is, where's manufacturer? Is Thailand or
in Norway.
Norway?
Yes.
Oh, so expensive.
We are planning
Norway
to
is
have
an
a local
expensive
assembly
country.
here.
Yeah, I thought you manufacture is in Thailand.
In Asia.
Well, We are thinking of having a local assembly in Asia at the moment. Volumes pick up, so that is planned definitely. Now, many people say this is a simple system. Is it strong enough? Can it be damaged? I'd just like to show you one test from the USA. A very quick video element. For certification in the USA. When you go for testing in the USA, they do a lot of tests. The Americans are very, very particular about testing. Here what they're doing, this is the US Army. They're taking a big piece of wood to try to damage the aqua fence. So what you see here, they're putting a very large piece of wood it's a very strong system. And also, when you say that, if the water is very fast, can aqua fence protect? We have here a very interesting sequence. This is a dam. This is a dam in Norway where they have water flowing out with 60 kilometers per hour. And what happens is it erodes the riverbank. And so they're using our system to protect.
Ini kalau ada kayak orang dari timur, ini temporary. Dia langsung pasang seperti itu turun batu.
Ini juga betul hari itu.
Ya lagi kan? Timur gimana? Mau pasir kan susah, batu susah. Kita harus punya ini standby. I think the solution is like this. You put your product price to LKPP, Lembaga Kebijakan Pengadaan Barang Jasa Pemerintah. Tahu nggak? Ya teleponnya nggak kemarin. Itu jadi SMESCO. Jadi ada kanal yang jebol, ada sungai yang jebol, ya pasang itu.
How much the cost range? The cost per meter. Price.
Per meter is roughly €1,000 per meter.
€1,000 per
Yes.
meter.
13.000, 15.000.
15 juta. 15 juta.
Iya.
But then you also have this leasing model.
Yes,
Cepat kan?
different models.
Masanya dia cepat, dia masih batu habis pakai uang.
Yeah.
Sebenarnya ini untuk Jakarta sih. Kalau kita punya standby di penanggulangan bencana atau itu, mau buat jalan jembatan, Mbak. Sungai mau itu nggak perlu di cost dam-dam itu mahal.
Iya. Ini untuk construction, Pak.
Iya,
Kontraktor.
cepat.
Tol
Kan,
iya.
bisa
Siapa? Iya.
langsung beli,
Iya.
langsung taruh.
Iya.
Jadi sungainya dibelokin.
Iya.
Itu lebih murah loh sebenarnya kalau untuk yang sini dapat
Iya.
proyek kan.
Iya. 6 ruas
Tol.
enam
Iya,
ruas.
itu daripada ada masih tutup-tutupin.
Iya, jadi kan mengkonvert dan membuat
Jauh lebih cepat tutupin itu. Daripada gali-gali lagi pasang kayu masih bocor, batu. Nah habis itu buang lagi duitnya. Jadi cost kita buat jembatan itu mahalnya di persiapan-persiapan.
Kemudian temporer
Kalau
gitu.
kan bisa dipakai. Ya pasang batiin dulu.
cuman yang 88 times it quite less ya. No, cannot more than 88. Kok cepat rusak itu, Pak?
You know, if you have 80 floods, that's a lot. No, I mean, basically, it's been tested 80 times. It can be done more, but I mean, typically a system like this, flooding we have maybe once, twice per year we use it. So 80 times means it's 40 years. So this system will last a very, very long time. If you have to use it for 80 floods, then that's a tremendous long time.
And this system protected by the patent.
Patent, yes.
Patent right.
Yes, yeah, patent, yes. Yes.
Kalau kamu nggak hantam bersih sih putus. Air, tapi kan air udah naik kan dia. Jadi airnya lewatin.
Yeah.
You see, look at the strength of the system. This is very fast water. This system is not being fixed to the ground. And you see the speed of the water, and here we deflect. Here we're deflecting the water. And this is not fixed to the ground, it's just put on the ground and there's no movement. It's a very, very solid system.
Benar sih, dia kena air itu menekan.
Iya.
Dia nggak perlu terlalu rata sekali juga sebetulnya.
Iya.
Otomatis dia menekan.
Iya. Dia akan membentuk juga sendiri.
Saling nahan.
Iya.
Ininya hebat.
picture with the opposite water to disrupt this water is something like from here to over there. Do you have a picture or to opposite?
From this side?
Yeah. Oh no,
From here?
Yeah.
Let me just see.
Jadi dia namanya. You want this place from Tawi.
If you if any part
Frontal tadi nggak masalah, besi nggak masalah. Ya nggak bisa di belakang. Kalau frontal nggak masalah. Kalau frontal itu makin kuat ya. Kecuali air datang nggak injek, roboh. Karena air kan bukan barang. Air mau nyampe sini kan mesti nginjak dia dulu. Makanya itu berarti teknologinya pintar, cuma harganya mahal sekali aja. Mahal sekali.
Compare to sandbag tadi kita bandingin dengan sandbag.
Tapi sandbag nggak bisa tinggi dan bocor.
Iya.
Here what we did is in the
Bisa ada batu lagi, terus ngambil batunya kayak kemarin hari. Kita ngambil dari Banten dari mana ada berapa waktu habis. Kalau ini ngomong menghitungan jam itu tuh.
Iya. Mungkin nggak jauh juga bedanya kali. Mungkin
kalau untung itu masih 5%, tapi kalau untuk kerugian untuk mengatur kan ibu kota soalnya.
Iya.
Ini ibu kota bukan di kampung, kalau kampung biarin aja kan dia bocor gitu loh. Kalau ini kan nggak bisa. Itu mau minggu-minggu bayangin, cuma tutupin. Disediakan batu lagi, truk lagi, macet lagi, kalau itu cuma.
Ini udah 2-3 juta kali Pak.
Iya.
Yang sekali pakai tadi itu.
Bisa 2-3 juta. Habis pakai itu buat.
Dan kerugiannya triliun.
Kerugiannya ngeri. Nah ini ada banyak kerugiannya. Kalau ini kalau seandainya banjir macet ini pun dia juga ngambang bisa nanti kan bisa pakai perahu, pakai apa juga masih helikopter juga masih bisa dropin. Kalau kamu pakai batu pasir mana bisa helikopter drop. Paling helikopter masih bisa turunkan dia pasang.
Pertolongan bencana nih.
Kayak kasus satu hari itu.
Iya.
Kita contoh itu. Dan bila jebol gimana? Kayak kemarin di apa yang fluid luar batang.
Oh, luar batang Pak. Limpas itu Pak.
Iya, luar batang.
Ini.
Muara baru.
Luar batang limpas kan?
Limpas.
Nah ini. Karena bolong kan. Nah kamu tutupin apa? Udah 5-6 jam macet orang udah berapa banyak. Ini kalau ada pasir juga buang kan. Kalau ada ini langsung pasang. Itu gunanya di situ. Masukin di katalog aja. Begitu bisa beli.
Jadi langsung saya kontak Pak Agus.
Bilang kita mau daftarkan produk kami ke katalog, tapi masih ada lokal loh, perusahaan lokal. Belum ada perusahaan lokal.
Belum ada.
Perusahaan lokal join aja sama kita lah.
Baik Pak.
Ambil aja untuk yang bukan yang kita punya tol ini.
Oh.
Atau di Jakarta Jaya Konstruksi.
Iya, konstruksi. Iya.
Join aja, kenalin aja. Kontak Pak Suyuda aja.
Iya.
Kita nggak bisa dari luar negeri langsung join aja Pak.
Jadi
berapa bikin di lokal lah.
Lisensinya di Jakarta gitu, di Jakarta konstruksi. Iya.
Justru idenya begini Pak. Jadi tahun lalu kan kita baru open commercial section in Indonesia. Mereka datang ke sini, sempat sudah ketemu dengan Public Works, tapi tidak ada follow up-nya.
Nggak mungkin follow up lah kalau nggak ada perusahaan Indonesia yang gitu.
Enggak, kita sebenarnya mau bikin demo, makanya kita mendatangkan sampel barangnya dengan ukuran yang sesungguhnya. Ini sudah ada sekarang di storage di BSD. Ada.
Udah, tes aja Pak, di yang banjir itu gimana? Demo aja, ada berapa yang... Kan kita mau perbaikan road itu. Ini demo aja.
Adanya berapa panjang Bu?
How many meters that is the sample?
It's roughly 4 by 6 meters. So yeah, for the demo we're making like a small swimming pool, just to show how it can protect this water. So it's by 4 by 6 meters, and we fill it up with water.
But of course you can assemble it like this on the riverbank. If you have an area that you would like to try
simulate the system.
Yeah, you can. So if you have a small road length that you would like to protect.
No, we have to protect from the rock, from the northern side. We have to make a reparation for the
seawater coming through.
Seawater. This is stainless.
Yes, it's no problem with seawater.
But there is a limited number of elements because this is only for demo.
we just use berapa bagian kan
Iya Pak.
Yeah.
untuk yang PU itu loh. Nah, kita mau buka, mau bikin filing, masih buka kan, pas Kirop datang kayak kemarin jebol, udah bisa pasang.
Tapi maksimal 2.1 meter.
Yes.
Kemarin 241 naik Pak.
Oh 241 dari tanah itu ya.
Robnya 241 Pak.
241 lah. Maksimum 2,1 udah tinggi.
Ini cuma 2,1 ya.
Kita rata-rata kalau rob itu udah 2,8 ya. Ini cuma bisa untuk eksiden kayak Ratu Halali ada yang jebol lah. Atau mau bikin jembatan, mau bikin
Construction method. Construction.
Berarti belum bisa ke
Temporary
dia bisa ke perusahaan sini.
deliver. During deliver, during construction.
Yeah, I think we have another technical meeting and business meeting B2B with our company.
Okay.
Pak
Sudah.
Suyuda.
Yeah.
We will be person in charge to do this business.
Okay.
Ya kita udah kebayang.
Nanti kita bantu juga. Saya fasilitasi kayak hari itu juga Pak.
Setelah punya perusahaan di sini, kalau belum ada perusahaan nggak bisa.
Kalau mengikat nggak bisa.
Kalau untuk demonya dulu, Pak,
Kalau cuma demo sih saya kira ini udah lebih dari demo ya untuk apa ya?
Jadi
Untuk
tidak
kolam renang itu nggak masalah. Kita udah bilang kan, the problem is not about this is water proof, water seal.
Yeah.
Talking about on flat
Yes. Yes.
for the ground.
Yes.
That's the problem for us. And
Yeah.
we're talking about 2.2 meter,
Yes. 2.1.
right? How about the bottom? How long for the bottom? The same size?
This is also 2.1.
Oh,
Width. Yes. Yes. So it's same height.
Same.
Same.
Same bottom.
45 derajat ya.
Yeah, that's the problem. We have to clear 2.2
2.1.
meter area, flat area. Kita rata-rata
Iya, makanya.
mau cari 2 meter lebih rata, mau padat itu nggak gampang loh.
Tapi mereka punya modul yang lebih kecil loh ya.
Bukan kalau lebih kecil lebih pendek.
Lebih pendek ya.
Tapi buat apa? Kita mau nahan tinggi.
Oh, memang volumenya 2,1 mungkin
Mesti kita ratain dulu Pak.
Ya kalau beli mesti yang paling tinggi
paling
udah
tinggi.
kita.
Udah, oke.
Tinggi pakai yang kecil, kalau pendek.
Yes.
We can change. It cannot be much higher. The reason why we do not make it much higher is because you cannot carry it anymore. It's too heavy to carry.
Ya, cost juga.
Yes. And also main reason is most of the floods worldwide they're roughly like 1 meter. So
Kita kalau Ratu Harali nggak sampai 2 meteran di pasangnya.
Iya Pak.
Pendek.
1,5.
Iya. Cuma nyiapin itu, kalau lebih jebol mau nyiapin yang rata itu.
Diratain dulu Pak.
Masih rata di pinggirnya. Nah, ini kondisi airnya langsung pasang-pasang udah tahan ya. Tapi ini jauh lebih bagus daripada pasir. Pasir itu mesti batu gede lah, segala macam nggak gampang Pak. Kalau kita diisi.
Paling kalau nggak rata Pak, ada bocor-bocor dikit Pak.
Bocor di sana.
Pasirnya.
Dia udah ketekan itu. Jadi kalau air bocor dikit juga nggak salah kemana-mana. Ya, aku kira cukup sih.
Ya, baik.
Yang penting itu aja.
Iya, baik.
Cuma yang bisa secara bisnis bisa join nggak?
Iya, coba dari kita dalam game. So I just would like to emphasize that you need also to have this strategy of where to place these elements. Yeah, Mr. Parudi.
So he's our representative from the company. We have a local company.
After this
Because you need a local
Yeah.
company.
after this meeting.